The Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
Save big money on your next project when you shop at Menards. Atlas Pinnacle Shingles super wide design saves on installation time. Plus, 3M Scotch Guard Protector prevents black streaks for the life of the roof. Get a free estimate fast with our new Roofing Design and Buy program and save big money with Atlas Shingles. Visit us in-store or on Menards.com and shop our great selection of Atlas roofing products.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to go back where it all started. This Saturday night, the Joliet Area Historical Museum is celebrating the 45th anniversary of the original Blues Brothers movie by showing it in its entirety inside the old Joliet prison. Here's your chance to watch the movie where it began, from the old prison yard. In addition to the movie, guests can also explore the 16-acre campus of the old Joliet prison. There will be special merchandise for sale, food trucks, and beverages available to purchase as well. Tickets available now at jolietmuseum.org.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Here we go. It's time for Pigskin Preview. Coaches, players, fans, and experts. You get them all right here on Pigskin Preview. Howard, John, and Drew Mormon. On 1340 WJOL.
And good evening and welcome to the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. I am EDGYTIM along with the coach, Joe Radagaro, Evan Bredesen spinning the dial. And welcome. We are here to talk IHSA football for the next 2 hours. Coach, Joe, we have a pretty full schedule. Steve Susi, Friday Night Drive, will join us. He has cooked up his magic once again, so we will talk about the area. Yep, we'll talk about the Wizard of Kankakee is at it again, so we will talk a little playoff projection talk. Heavy Manuka lean tonight. If you're a Manuka fan, well, hey, welcome aboard. We will have Matt Harding at 7:45. We will also have Bert Coy on at 7:05. It is Hall of Fame induction night on Friday, also part of homecoming out of Manuka. Joe, that also happens to be your game of the week tomorrow night.
Yes.
So, a lot of heavy Manuka talk. We will get into that. We're also going to have the opponent in that game, Robbie Carrer from Plainfield Central. Thinking of the Doors for some reason. So again, we'll have plenty of IHSA football talk. If you're watching us online live, you can do that. Just go to Edgy Channel and on YouTube, and we are streaming that absolutely live. And you can DM us during the show if we like your questions, or if you're like Big Boss or Big Bass. You can preload in questions for us. You might not answer them, but you can do that.
He had some hard ones right off the bat.
He did. We'll get to them in a minute. But again, this edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by our State Farm agents, Kevin. Fine. I got fined.
This is the third or fourth time this year.
Really?
No, with your phone and then...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, well. I'll just keep bringing food in. This edition, every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by our terrific farm agents, John Wright in Joliet and Drew Mormon in Lamont. Like a good neighbor, Joe?
State Farm is there.
Broadcast schedule is as follows. Tomorrow evening, 6:05, Friday Night Lights with Evan. Then following, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff out at the Nook. Manuka hosting Plainfield Central. Joe?
Yes, sir.
The Week 6 WJOL EDGYTIM.com Big 5 poll which some people seem a little more concerned with than they should be than others. Joe, what
Yes,
is
sir.
that top 5?
All right, number 5 is Morris. Nothing has changed. Morris is number 5, Providence Catholic 4, Lincoln Way Central is 3, Lincoln Way West is 2, and Lincoln Way East is number 1.
Boy, the guy that does these is really good. You can find out the WJOL EDGYTIM.com Big 5 poll every Monday morning with Scott Slocum in the morning. Joe,
Yes, sir.
you had an interesting ball game, to say the least, last Friday, and so did I.
Yes. Which one do you want to talk about?
Whoa, we want to talk about your game, Joe.
Okay. I was out at Romeoville for Romeoville and Joliet West, which Joliet West won 41-10. I can sum up the game in one word: exhausting.
Okay.
It was too many penalties. I mean, a good friend of ours mentioned a number, and as soon as I saw that number, I said it's got to be closer to, I'm going to say between 30 and 40 penalties. I mean,
wow.
I'm just going to, there were 9 unsportsmanlikes, and on one drive, there were 3 roughing the passer penalties. 4 Evans saying.
Are you guys being paid by the hour now?
I
or?
wish.
I'm telling you.
I mean, there was no flow in the game at all. It was just, it was exhausting.
I think I did try calling you guys like after 10 o'clock, and you guys
We were
didn't
still-
answer.
we're
I'm
still
like,
on the
jerks, pick up the phone.
We're still on the air. Oh, it was, again, I like to just mention, though, Joliet West has got a big offensive line. They've got 2 backs. One is, as Dan mentioned, Thunder and Lightning. They are. Defensively, I thought Joliet West was very quick. Mr. Conley, the quarterback for Romeoville, an outstanding athlete.
Yeah.
But he was under pressure the whole night.
Yep.
And really nothing much offensively for Romeoville because of the quickness of Joliet West.
We're open this period of the show. If you want to call 815-254-7300, we'd love to hear from you. Fill us in. We're in week 6, folks, so we're getting closer and closer to playoff time. So we are going to start digging in a little bit more and starting to focus on those teams that are still in the hunt. So by all means, if you got questions or thoughts about any of the games that you might have seen or teams, we'd love to hear you. You can also DM us if you're watching us live on YouTube. Again, that's at Edgy Channel. Just go to Edgy Channel on YouTube, and you'll find us right there streaming, and you can ask us questions or what have you. As far as my game, Joe, I saw a team score 2 touchdowns and a 2-point PAT pass with under 2 minutes to play to win the game. St. Charles North 43, Batavia 42 final.
So Batavia had a little taste of their own medicine.
Amazing game. One of those, Joe, where if you're a coach, if you had hair, you would have pulled the rest of it out. Batavia controlled pace of play, controlled tempo, ran the ball all over the field, controlled everything until under 3 minutes to play. Wow. And it all just went to heck. Unbelievable game. They're both good. They're both going to be good in 7A. I joked to both coaches and said, well, I'll come back and rematch in the playoffs because I'm sure it's going to wind up that way.
Yes.
But a tremendous game. And then Saturday I was out at Barrington. Barrington beat up Palatine 42-21. So, and Barrington's its usual self. Very good offensively.
Yeah.
They do some nice things. So they'll be a solid playoff team. Unfortunately, we can't talk about any other sports on this show, and that's okay. I'm all right. We'll talk high school football for the rest of the night because nothing else is going on, folks. Especially right now, there's nothing going on. 815-254-7300 if you want to join us. Joe?
Sir.
We have, and we've been throwing around podcasts I do early in the week with Mike Clark. We talked about this. So a lot of the town hall meetings have been going on in September, all centered around expansion of the playoff field for football. So they are looking to add a considerable amount of teams. I can't remember the exact number, but they are looking to include everyone 3 wins and above to get into the playoffs.
Boy.
The conversation more or less centered around, are we going to extend the season a week and end it in December, which I don't agree with at all,
No, do I?
or do we start a week early? I say we just go the Indiana route and start a week earlier, like they do.
Yeah, I don't see playing that first week in I really don't. I can't see that. Some days it's cold enough here, every once in a great while, you have decent weather, but it's always cold, and it's just going to get colder, and you can't count on the weather, especially outdoors. So
Yeah,
I think starting a week earlier is the best thing to do.
It's coming, and I keep telling people this is gonna happen sooner than people think. I think this could wind up being in place before to start the 26th season. Wow, it could be a 1-year quickie, from what I'm hearing. Sources according to EDGYTIM can confirm that. There's a lot going on. Oh, come on, Evan, step up to the mic, will ya? You got things to say. That's what we're here.
No, I'm going to say things that I don't want to make people angry or get in trouble. But
Well, that's the first.
This is, I'll just say this is very distressing to me. And this to me is another example of the fact that I don't really think there is anybody leading this sport right now. The sport in this state to me is rudderless.
Yeah.
And these types of decisions kind of show it. There's an IHSA, but then they take their notes from the school districts, but then the school districts and the athletic directors blame the IHSA. And they've created a perfect little snake eating its tail. You can't get mad at one entity. You can't get mad at both entities. They've created a scenario in which you have nowhere to place your anger, because it's just, what does that accomplish? What are we doing? Like, what are we trying to do with
You're
that?
selling more playoff T-shirts. You're selling more tickets.
That's all money.
You're getting more revenue out of it is what you're doing. That's
Boy,
it.
the bedrock of high school athletics, making sure we can make as much darn money as possible.
Welcome to the real world, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I can't be upset about it.
And then are we going to get?
Evan, do you want to feel better?
I'm about to in an hour and 42 minutes.
No. You want to feel better? We've got banana bread.
That's what I'm saying. In an hour and 42 minutes, I'm eating this.
We also have, for my lovely bride,
Yes.
it's a banana night, folks.
It's a banana night.
We have
Oh yeah, we got
banana
bananas all over.
cookies.
Yep.
We have banana bread.
We have to get our
Banana
fruit in.
night.
We got to get our fruit in.
We will. We
I
definitely
know we will.
Joe, there's nuts in these too, so it's even more fruit and nuts and vegetables. It's good for you.
I know, yes.
A little extra protein for you.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
Can't
that.
beat it.
So that's coming, folks. So be prepared. I think end of October or the October IHSA meeting, I think that's when it'll be announced. Wow. Someone else we could talk to about this, his name is Steve Susi with Friday Night Drive, and he might have a little insight leading on this as well. We're going to have him up at 6:25. So we are looking forward to talk that, a little bit of playoff projections of some other random IHSA issues we will get into. Joe, our friends at Thornton Fractional North, there is actual field turf on the field.
Very good.
Now, they've started putting the turf in, but I don't think it's going to be done for maybe a week or two, maybe.
Okay.
So we'll see. My understanding is Lamont took the week off, and they're just going to show up Friday.
They're just going to show up.
You know what I've done, Joe? I've been sending ice cream and catering trucks over to Lamont every day at about 3 o'clock.
Well, Willie will be the first one in line.
Yeah, so they haven't practiced all week, so I'm feeling pretty good about my Meteors' chances on Friday night. Okay, I'm just joking, but yeah, but no, I'm not joking about TF North. I got a picture from Coach Pignatello showing them starting to put the turf down. So we're very happy. I know you people don't care, but we do.
And again, it's just hard on Anthony and the kids playing all away games. And it's
Right.
again, I don't know what the problem was. I'm not blaming anybody, but when you got
municipal dragging their feet on issuing permits.
okay, so we're going to blame somebody.
Absolutely, we are.
But again, I just feel sorry.
Red tape?
for the kids.
Government?
Yeah, go. Oh, that's a shocker.
There you go.
That's a shocker.
So that's going on. We'll bring him on real quick. We got about a minute or two. We'll go out to the phone lines. Greg from Tinley. Hello, Greg.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good,
Doing
Greg.
fine. How are you? What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted to go over a few things. We're at the midway point in the season. I got a pretty good idea who I like in 8A. The 7A's got me a little bit confused.
Brother Rice.
Brother Rice. Yeah, I thought that was going to be the first words out of your mouth.
Yep.
What about Glenbard West, though?
Not bad.
They've been winning.
Not bad.
Not bad, but not beating Brother Rice.
Well, we'll see. I am going to be in lovely 64th and Dante tomorrow night watching Mount Carmel hosting Brother Rice. So Greg, I will let you know exactly how the game matches up. But no, Brother Rice is very, very talented. Glenbard West, solid. I mentioned both I saw Batavia and St. Charles North last Friday. Both very good teams. So there's some good competition in 7A.
Well, what about the two Lincoln Ways, Central and West?
They're there. There's no question. Personally, even despite the win, Joe, I think I like the Warriors' makeup a little bit better.
Yes.
I think the loss of Mr. Tingley is definitely impacting Central, but Central's going to be a tough out for somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, that Tingley thing really is bothering me too. Because I really thought they had a chance to get to the play, at least to the semifinals. Yeah. But well, we'll see.
Yeah. So 7A, don't. A lot of people I see on the message boards and stuff, they're kind of overlooking 7. Don't overlook 7. There's some really good teams there this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. How about up north? Is there anything up north that we should be paying attention to?
Well, Maine South, always.
Yeah.
Warren is.
How about Barrington? They got anything?
Yeah, I just saw them on Saturday, and yes, they are as good as they generally are. They offensively very good quarterback. They can do a little bit of everything, and defensively they were pretty solid. So yeah, I think they're the best mid-suburban team. So I don't know what that does for you, but I think they are.
They're 7A, right?
They're kind of a flip-flop. Listen, a couple minutes we'll have Susie up, and we'll get into some of that stuff.
Oh, okay. Thanks, fellas.
All right, Greg. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, Greg drops off. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will go to the Wizard of Kankakee, Mr. Steve Susie. We will talk about the area playoff projections and some other random thoughts on IHSA upcoming playoffs. This is the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's news, talk, sports, and banana.
This is State Farm Agent John Wright. I'm a multiple-time winner of the Reader's Choice for one of the best insurance agents in the area. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect gift for your special someone. It feels real good to make the right insurance decision, too. The John Wright Insurance Agency is right here in Joliet to help you select the right protection at the right price. With me, State Farm Agent John Wright, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call me when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realization. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. Most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach Joe Rodriguero and Evan Bredesen spinning the dials. We go out to the phone lines. We are joined by the Wizard of Kankakee, the procrastinator. Oh, that's the wrong word.
Prognosticator.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's why I'm here.
Besides your good looks, you had to be here for something. So, go out to the phone lines. The one, the only, Mr. Steve Susi joins us. Hello, sir.
I wish procrastinator was
I know.
my title.
You're not at all. You're the complete opposite of that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you taking time to join us.
No problem.
I know that you're on, 17 podcasts now, I think? Last time
I don't know if it's quite that many, but there are a few.
Fill us in, by the way. You can find Steve's work at Friday Night Drive. By all means, subscribe. We highly recommend it. The area, as far as your projections are concerned, there were a couple things that popped out to me, and you and I talked about this one early in the week. Where's Providence?
You know, Providence came back in this week, and we had talked about this before. You know, you just kind of looked at that remaining schedule, and I still feel like it's going to be difficult for them to get to 5 wins. And I think ultimately what this is all going to come down to in regards to getting to 5 wins is that Week 9 game with Joliet Catholic. Yeah. I think it will be high stakes for both of those teams because, you know, I do think we're going to have 4 and 5 teams get into the playoffs. And I do think that both of those teams would have probably the resume that would at least have them in that conversation if that's the situation that they came to. So can Providence get to 5 wins? Yes. You know, I still am not confident that that's going to happen, but more and more it looks like they might be still okay as a 4-win team. So, but I think, you know, really what it comes down to for me, and it has for the last 3 or 4 weeks, is honestly this week. Yeah. I mean, if they can get out of this game with a victory, their playoff picture, I think, gets a lot rosier. Like right there. I think that's the situation that we're looking at with them. You know, for them, you know, and just like a lot of people in the Catholic, it's really important that you get through that non-conference schedule without a loss. Yeah. Providence took 1. Joliet Catholic took 2. So, I mean, and now you're starting to see the problems that come with losing those non-conference games with the schedule that you have in front of you.
So again, for the listeners that don't have this stuff in front of them, Providence at 3-2 the remaining games, hosting Marist tomorrow, hosting Loyola, then at Marian Catholic and at JCA Week 9. And Steve, we joked. I mean, we all looked at that Week 9 game and said, okay, well, we know something's going to be played for that Week 9, and it's sure lining up that way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of the polar opposite of what I've been talking to with a lot of people about this year. It feels like we have a lot of front-loaded schedules this year. Yeah. Like a lot of the big games are already off the books, or maybe they're on the books this year or this week, for example. Those Week 9 means everything games. I don't feel like we have as many this year, and I don't really know what the reason is for that. But it just feels like we've already had a lot of those games have already been contested through the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, like, you know, everyone just got used to the fact that Loyola Mount Carmel was going to play on Week 9 every weekend. They are, but, you know, Loyola and, you know, technology, all of a sudden they've got lights. Now they want to play on Friday. Who do they think they are? But,
yeah, exactly.
But
you know,
that changed that, and then there's a handful of other games that ended up just getting moved around schedule-wise.
Yeah, so, you know, and now you kind of get it. Not to say that the Mount Carmel Loyola game isn't going to be a good one. It very well may be. Oh, yeah. But now, I mean, the focus has kind of shifted to this week's game with Brother Rice, to be completely honest with you, in regards to the big Catholic game of the year.
Yeah, and that'll be my Friday game. I meant to ask you too. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. Did you have a projection for Piatone?
I don't have them in right now. Okay. I think they're another one of those teams that has what I would classify as a pretty tricky back half here. Yeah. They have games that honestly on paper look like they're 50-50 games. But when you do what I do, you can't take the cop out of they might win. Like, it doesn't work. I mean, you can't have two teams winning a game. So I think the Antino game is very pivotal for them.
So here's the remaining games. At Reed Custer versus Colt City versus Mantino, at Herscher.
Yeah, and that Herscher game in Week 9, Herscher is a little bit more resurgent this year. They're playing a little bit better football. So the key for Piatone, they've got to get one of those two games. And right now, I've got those two teams graded slightly above Piatone. So in order for them to get in, they got to get to 5 wins. And right now, I'm not sure they're going to be able to get that done.
You know all the questions you're getting asked by Joliet Catholic fans. Lay it out there. Do you have them in the field, and what's got to happen to get that done?
Well, I mean, they have to get to 4 and 5. I mean, obviously that's the issue. They get to 4 and 5, they should be okay. Primarily because of the fact that 1, they're picking up a lot of points from their conference schedule, and 2, the number of points that they're going to pick up from their non-con. I mean, that's going to be big. Glen Bart West potentially could run the table.
Yep.
Lions probably ends up with 6 or 7 wins. When you're getting potentially 16 points from your 2 non-conference games, that's a truckload. So they're probably going to get close to around 50 points. And since we've been, since we're in the new era of 4-win teams, you get 50 points, you're definitely in the conversation for that. So the first, get to 4. Now, will they be able to get to 4? That's also debatable. And that also will probably hedge on the Providence game in Week 9, because you've got Mount Carmel to deal with. And let's just be blunt, that doesn't look like a likely win.
So if you're 5-4 and have 50 playoff points in the new playoff system, do you get a bye?
Yeah, but the crazy thing about that, in some cases, you might have a shot at a home game.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I knew you'd enjoy that, by the way.
Yeah, excellent. Yes, but that's the reality of it. I mean, we're talking about, I was looking at it earlier today. I mean, we've got 58 undefeated teams left in the state right now. 30 of those 58 still have to play another team that's currently undefeated on their schedule.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have a lot of undefeated teams at the end of the year. We're just not. We're not going to have as many one-loss teams as we usually have. So what does that mean? We're going to have a lot more teams with 3, 4, and 5 losses that are in this discussion. And that means that it seems crazy to think about it, but in the right bracket with the right geography, you might get a 5-4 team with extremely high points that sneaks into a home game.
Steve, let's go to the Southwest Prairie East, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Out at Romeoville last week, Joliet West defeats Romeoville. You're going to have to win that conference, correct, in order to get a playoff bid. And it seems like Joliet West,
probably the front leader.
They got to be the front runner or controls their own destiny here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where you look at it. Joliet West is the only team in that conference right now that has not.
Steve? Ghost and the Machines are back. Or really have never left. So,
No.
All right, we apologize, folks. We will get a hold of the Wizard right away. The Wizard not throwing his power around, obviously, keep the phone line going.
No, he's got to get his wand.
So according to Steve's projections, Joliet West would get in. Well, our guess is obviously they'd have to win the conference.
Well, again,
They're the only team in the East, I believe he has projected.
And Romeoville is at 3-2 right now. They play Oswego. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
We'll bring the Wizard right back on. Steve, sorry about that.
No problem.
We've been having some phone issues. I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. Well, like we were talking about Joliet West, I think they are in the driver's seat here. They're 2-0 in divisional play right now with, 3 left. And to be honest with you, I think they've already beaten the 2 teams that I think are the most legitimate chances that we're probably going to beat them. So, maybe Plainfield East gets them and forces some sort of elaborate 3-way tie, but Joliet West has done the work that they needed to do so far, and they're in fairly good shape, even though most likely they're going to be heading into those last 3 weeks with a 2-4 record, because they've got that crossover game up at Oswego this week that they're unlikely to win. So for them, yes, it looks like the situation where they could be, a team that gets into the playoffs. They could go 5-4 if they run the table and get in, but if they lose one game and then win that tiebreaker, then yes, they would be a 4-5 automatic bid qualifier because they won a conference championship. They've done that before.
Yes.
I'm sure they don't want to do that again because it would almost guarantee that they would be the last seed in 8A, and we all know what that means.
Yes.
So that, I mean, but that would not be ideal. But yes, that would be my interpretation of the situation would be that yes, Joliet West is in the driver's seat right now to win that conference championship. It's not a must to a playoff berth, but if they ended up getting into some sort of tiebreaker scenario, that would be what would get them in.
Safe to assume Wilmington is as bubbly as ever?
Right now, they are sitting right directly on that bubble. They are the biggest 2A school in the draw. I won't get into great details of it, but there were some tweaks done to the enrollments 2 weeks ago. And it kind of changed their situation just a little bit, but just enough to move them from secure 2A to back on the bubble to 2A. So, so, moving that all around, once again, I think it's going to come right down to the last week with that because there's always a lot of movement, on that final week, as we well know. So, Wilmington probably, wanting to, avoid sliding into that 3A bracket because I'll be honest with you, when I look at it, 3A North looks like a nightmare right now.
It's like last year.
I know.
It's like last year.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have Montini anymore, but it looks like you've got a resurgent IC Catholic ready to take their place. But I mean, and you add Richmond Burton to that mix. I mean, it's like, my goodness, that is a potentially loaded 3A North bracket. 2A North looks a lot more manageable for the Wildcats if they land there.
Even with a 2-3 record, Lockport, could Lockport run the table here to close out?
It sure looks like it's possible.
I can't figure out Sandburg. I just can't.
I can't either, and it's like, and that's one of the things. I mean, I don't want to discredit their 5-0 start. I'm still looking all the way back to early in the season. I'm still pretty impressed with the margins that they beat Andrew and Richards by. I think those are 2 solid wins. But ever since, I mean, and it was a good win for Homewood, but I still can't get my handle on it. And I think that Lockport's shown an ability to be in games. Maybe they catch a break or two at the game that they can win. I'll put it that way. But I do think the other games are winnable for them. But if they don't play good football, they can lose those too. So I think their record could be all over the map, to be completely honest with you. I could see 6-3. I could see 3-6, to be completely honest with you.
Because Sandburg, I'm not saying they're a surprise, but they're so far they're undefeated this year so far, correct?
Yeah, they are. And I mean, my eyebrow was kind of raised when they beat Richards 27-7 in week 2 with them. And the weeks 3 and 4, I mean, I think Naperville Central is down.
Yes.
Matea Valley's struggled to string together wins. So I was kind of waiting for that Homewood-Flossmoor game last week to see where they're at, and they won that game comfortably. So, but I'm not completely on board, but they keep trying to convince me. I'll put it that way. But I think that week 7 game, still, I think that's a game that if Lockport plays its best football, is a winnable game for them. So, and I think every single one of the remaining games is, you want to talk about, let's go back and talk about front-loaded schedules again. Yep. I mean, they've had some big games, and they haven't really. I mean, the Lincoln Way West game was a field goal loss. They were right there. That's an undefeated team. So it's a schedule that has peaks and valleys. That's for sure.
You got a thought on Bradley Lincoln Way Central?
I think that's a really fascinating football game. To be completely honest with you, there's a lot of talent. Bradley Bourbonnais is flying under the radar for a lot of people. I think. Not only is this a very talented offensive team, that defense is really good too.
Yeah.
But to their credit, Lincoln Way Central, in my opinion, over the last couple of years, has done an amazing job of adapting to whatever gets thrown at them. So I'm confident that they will. They're hosting that game. That's a big deal too. We've talked about this a lot in the past. Edge. Yep. Bradley's a tough place for people to play.
Yep.
So that's an advantage too, that Lincoln Way Central has that game at home. I just like everything they're doing. I feel like, whoever they're up against, they're gonna go in there with a game plan that gives them an opportunity to win that football game. I think that's gonna be an absolute barn burner. That's one that I'm definitely keeping an eye on Friday night.
No doubt about it. All right, my friend. Always appreciate your time. Unfortunately for you, we will be talking down the road.
Yes.
And well, thanks for keep picking up our phone calls. Okay?
Yes. Thanks,
Hey,
Steve.
it's my pleasure, boys. Anytime. Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Steve. Steve Susie joins us from Friday Night Drive, and yeah, lots going on, Joe. Joe, we will get your camera back on because let's face it, you're only here as a face man, so no one really wants to hear you talk.
I don't know about
Like, even
that.
your wife doesn't even listen anymore.
I've got the face for radio.
Don't we all? All right, we're stepping aside. We'll be back. We take a break. Don't go anywhere. Matt Harding from Minooka will join us. You are listening to the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
We heard from so many at Morningstar Mission's Culinary Caravan this fall just how much of a blast they had and how they'd love to do it again. Well, you can, and only a month later. Yes, Morningstar Mission is doing a second Culinary Caravan this fall on Thursday, October 16th, this time in New Lenox. For just $75, you'll be chauffeured to 3 amazing restaurants with food served at each stop. And as always, proceeds go towards Morningstar Mission. Your ticket purchase will help provide meals, care, and introductions to life-saving programs that are available when someone like Will walks in the door.
The thing that really stood out for me was the Enjoy Food, and there was a sense of brotherhood eating together in the cafeteria, and that was a major part of success for me.
See, you can enjoy an evening eating out with your friends on the Caravan while your dollars are providing meals for someone in need at Morningstar. So buy your tickets for the Culinary Caravan coming up on October 16th today. Go to morningstarmission.org.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, "Well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky." But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. "We work hard," he said. "We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way." In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. "Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines," he told me. "This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service." Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code USA to get up to a $5 per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code USA to get up to a $5 per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code USA.
Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach, Joe Radagaro, Evan Bredesen, and Joe.
Yes, sir.
That time of the year. It's either senior day or homecoming somewhere at this time of year. And, well, Minooka tomorrow night, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on out at the reservation, if you will. Joining us, the head man in charge of your Minooka Indians, Mr. Matt Harding. Probably, are you a 355 guy, or what are you going home?
Well, I'm on 55 right now, but I'm going to hit 355, 290 to 53. So I think I hit them all.
I mean, just getting through Bolingbrook alone is like a major accomplishment these days.
The main thing is when you're rolling through right now at 6:45, it's not too bad. You try to do this at Fordham 4 to 6 o'clock, you know,
Terrible.
it can be a nightmare.
Absolutely terrible. Some of my worst commutes over the last handful of years have been just getting out of Bolingbrook.
Don't you wish you could get frequent driving miles?
That or a gas card or something.
There you go. Yes. There you go. Of course.
There you go. Well, when we get the Matt Harding show going,
Yes.
we'll make sure we line that up for you.
We'll get that sponsor from some gas station.
You've had to adapt and adjust and overcome, and so far so good, huh?
Yeah, you know, I think our kids have been in any situation you could probably think of, you know, in a game, coming down from, you know, having a lead in a football game to defending a 2-point play to win the game or lose the game. You know, a missed extra point here or there, you know, it changes the Yorkville game. And, you know, it just, we've had a bad stint of some injuries that have came through and stuff like that. So we've been doing whatever we can, putting whatever game plan we can together, just try to, you know, survive and advance.
I mean, you lose a kid for the year in Zane Caves. I mean, anyone that knows Minooka and Minooka sports knows about him. Arguably, probably your best athlete in the entire building. How do you manage that, Matt? How do you approach that with the kids? Because the kids know that as well as anyone. So how do you rally the troops and just stay on target and keep moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's all what we preach, you know, year in and year out. You're one snap away from being in. You know, at any given time, the next person's got to be ready to go in. But I think the biggest thing was, you know, when Zane did get hurt and you know, he was out and you know, he was sitting at home and his leg was hurting him, and he ended up showing up at halftime at Joliet West.
Awesome.
I think it was a 7-0 at halftime. You know, we're fighting for our life, and you know, Anderson Clemmy's doing everything we asked for him at quarterback. And you know, we decided we're just going to start pounding the ball to chase Nurzik, and next thing you know, we're in the end zone there trying to you know, do some things strategically. And next thing you know, I see him walking. You don't miss him when he's 6'6".
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, walking through the crowd.
We lose Matt. Evan.
Oh boy, we lost another caller. No, this isn't good. That's 2 in a row now, so we might have to adjust, adapt, and overcome. We might have them call in. I don't know if it's us calling them or them calling in. Unfortunately, we've lost Matt Harding's call. The phone gremlins are back again, Joe.
Yep.
Not good. But again, tomorrow, that is the game of the week. It is Minooka hosting Plainfield Central. Joe, as we mentioned, it's homecoming out at Minooka. It's also the Hall of Fame induction. We hope to have Bert Coy joining us in the 7 o'clock hour, and then we're also going to talk to Robbie Carragher from Plainfield Central as well. We are going to try to track down Matt Harding. We will try to get back with him on the phone, but unfortunately for now, Joe, until we get Evan back in the room and reconnect, we're just going to have to move forward here a little bit.
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Plainfield North game, a 24-20 victory. They were getting beat most of the game, and it looked like that, you know, the quarterback, Anderson Clemmy, looked, as the game progressed, looked a little bit more comfortable, but Chase Nurzik is the guy. I think he's the workhorse. I was going to ask Matt. We'll get him back to talk about him. He's got 519 yards, but he kind of took the team on his back, and you got to give credit to the offensive line. And they scored late in the game and held on for a victory, which is a much needed victory. But I was impressed with Mr. Nurzik. I mean, he's a workhorse. I mean, that loves to run, has good speed.
Yeah, we'll talk about him. Matt really talked him up in the summer of how much work he put in. We're reconnecting right now.
Okay.
Joe, thanks, Coach. Sorry about that. Joe, ask him about what we were just talking about.
Matt, you know, while we were disconnected, I saw a little bit of the highlights of the game, and come from behind victory. And I really, you know, it seemed like Anderson seemed to be a little bit more confident as the game progressed a little bit, but the guy that impressed me was Mr. Nurzik. He's the guy that is your workhorse. He's got a combination. He's a tough kid, tough runner, good speed, and it just seemed like, and you got to give credit to the offensive line there on that drive, but it seemed like he said, hey, just give me the ball, we're going to score, and we're going to win this game.
Yeah, you know, Anderson did a great job. He's always been behind, you know, Zane Caves all year, the past couple of years, so
He hasn't had true varsity snaps or anything like that. So he came in and he is getting more comfortable as we go and the more snaps that he's getting. But, I think Chase Nursick, he's built like an ox. I mean, he's benching 330 pounds and squatting, close to 500 pounds in the weight room. He's a tank, and it's hard to bring him down. So we just kind of relied on him, and, he just kept wanting to pound the ball. And, we kind of got behind our offensive line. Our offensive line is pretty massive up front. And then, near the end of the game, I remember our tight end, Tyler Martin, ended up saying, hey, we're going to run toss this way. Get behind me because you're going to score. And ended up taking him down to about the 10-yard line. It's a 46-yard run at the end, and we ended up punching it in to go up. So we knew it was going to be a battle between us and North. I mean, both of us have starting quarterbacks out.
Yep.
They've been running the 3-back system double tight the whole entire time last week and this week too. And it was just a car collision after car collision, And,
Yes, it was.
And the thing is, our defenses between Plainfield North, us, Oswego, like our players are built for games like that. Just we were able to get out with the win that day.
And you mentioned some of the other opponents, and just scoreboard watching alone, Matt. It's the Wild West again.
I agree. We're 2 points or 2 points away from being undefeated on the year, and I don't want to take anything away from anybody else. It's 2 plays in a game or 1 play in each game. A 2-point conversion here, or we missed the extra point at Yorkville, and it's a tight ball game. And we're going into overtime. Who knows what's going to happen? So I can tell the kids you're 2 plays away from being 5-0, but reality is we are 3-2, and we just got to keep working and getting better.
Well, and again, and I told you this before that first game, that you had a really good St. Charles North team coming in, and I had a chance to see them once again come from behind to beat Batavia last Friday. And I tell you what, when it's all said and done in the big picture, Matt, that's a good quality game for you, no question.
Yeah, for sure.
Defensively, you talked about your defense, and the guy that I remember him from last year, 2 years ago, the Elliot Dahlberg, again, is your leading tackler, your middle linebacker guy, seems to control the defense almost like I would imagine he's like a coach on the field for you.
Yeah, it's crazy kind of some of his knowledge that he does. We go into Tuesday's practice and they line up in a certain formation, and all of a sudden he's in motion. He's already calling out the pass concept that's coming out of it. I think I looked at his huddle time, just this week, and it's close to 8 hours of huddle time that he's actually watched,
awesome.
In the past 7 days. So he's the guy that will tell everybody kind of what's coming out of what plays out of each formation and motion, and he's kind of the encyclopedia of our defense, So that guy's invaluable. He puts people in the right position, and he brings the energy, obviously, on Friday night.
We know how joyful homecoming is for all you coaches. We know how wonderful of a week that is. What can your fans expect out of Plainfield Central tomorrow night?
You're going to expect their best game. You know what I mean? They're going to come into the game expecting to win. I think they picked up 2 wins this year. They're looking for a third. I read some of the stuff that they put in the newspaper. They're going to be fired up and try to come at us, and we're going to give them everything we got.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As far as the Hall of Fame stuff that's going on, I mean, we're going to have Bert Coy on in the 7 o'clock hour and talk about it a little bit more. But first of all, it still surprised me it's taken this long to get that going at Minooka. But boy, talk about a program that just absolutely needed to have something like this going on because of all the great athletes that have come through. And I know a couple from the football side are coming through, including Dustin Williams, who was just a terrific player.
Yeah, we were excited about it, obviously, when it was news that it was going to happen with the Hall of Fame. And, they got a banquet on Saturday night at Aces that's going to go off to induct everybody into there. We're able to bring in, the softball state champs, 2013 state champs. And I believe it's Ashley Jones was a swimmer at Indiana University. And, Ray Libatori, who I coached football with at the sophomore level, and he was a counselor here and also girls basketball and also guys basketball. Just a phenomenal person, you know. And then we also get to induct Mr. Tyrell, who is our athletic director here for so many years, that kind of led the programs to where we're at right now, and you know, started the basis of being a successful program.
Yeah. Also,
so I'm excited to see everybody come back, and you know, obviously the homecoming game is one thing, but to be able to induct a Hall of Fame class like this at our football game, you know, it's an honor for us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, appreciate it, Matt, as always. And again, just best of luck tomorrow, and go get them. You'll get through it, big fella. You'll get through it. It'll be over with tomorrow night, and you can relax after that, and then just get back to the usual routine. Okay?
Awesome, Joe. I have some presents up in the booth for you.
Oh, I appreciate that, Coach. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
All right, talk to you
Thanks,
later.
Matt.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, Matt Harding from Manuka joins us, and again, we apologize for the ghost in the machine there, if you will. But glad to get him back on. And yeah, Joe, I mean, yeah, again, it's just surprising as old as Manuka is in the school.
Yeah.
They didn't have a Hall of Fame, just strange.
Yes.
We'll have to ask other coaches around that we have on if they actually have Hall of Fames or not. I gotta imagine.
Well, I know Lockport does. The first.
Plainfield has to have. Well, let's Robbie Carrier. They've got to have one. I would.
Oh,
think.
I'm sure they. Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, no doubt. So again, Joe, let's go. We got a couple minutes here. Let's go through the area schedule. Well, we know what's going to happen in the first game, so we'll move on.
Lamont
what?
Lamont is going to win.
Okay, we'll see about that. Lincoln Way West at DeKalb.
Lincoln Way West.
That is a no on DeKalb, no doubt.
Yeah.
Bradley at Lincoln Way Central, Joe. We talked about it. Arguably one of the best games in the area tomorrow night.
You know, I understand what Stu said about Lincoln Way Central. He's correct. The coaching staff there does a great job.
Yes.
And sorry, Alex, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Lincoln Way Central only because they're playing at Lincoln Way Central.
Okay.
I am. If it was the other way around, I might be picking Bradley.
Yeah, it's kind of a pick 'em. I'm not
It
going
is.
to lie.
It's a coin flip.
Sure looks like Jonas Williams is in line to break the all-time career touchdown pass leader tomorrow night. All he needs is one more, Joe.
I think
they are hosting Matea Valley.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep. Matea, 2 wins, actually. Not bad for them. They've struggled for a while.
But they're playing East.
Yep. No, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I'm just
I
saying.
know, yeah.
I'm not, doing nothing wacky there. I'm just sitting and letting you know. Naperville Central 1-4. That is still weird to look at Lockport.
Lockport's going to.
You got to win.
Yeah.
There's no question. Joe, the tone at Reed Custer. I'm sorry, the tone at
Reed Custer. I'm going to pick the tone here.
Okay.
They're going to go 4-2.
Way to step out, Joe.
Well, that's me.
Coal City at Mantino.
There'll be no problem for Coal City.
Okay. Rochelle at Morris.
I know
Nah,
Rochelle still runs that running, but Morris should have no problem there.
Yep. Joliet Central at Bolingbrook.
The Brook, a resurgent Brook, coming on here now.
They are. We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying to get a hold of Tikas Pettigrew and hopefully have him on soon. Definitely want to talk about some Bolingbrook Raider football. We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, hour number 2, don't go anywhere. Fingers crossed, we will have Bert Coy, Manuka Hall of Fame, joining us, the former head coach.
The whole time.
Robbie Carrier, Plainfield Central to join us, and we'll have an open period at 7:45. So this is the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
Get everything you need for your next project at Menards. Elevate your home with new flooring from Shaw. Durable, waterproof vinyl plank offers high foot traffic performance. Warm and luxurious carpet offers soft underfoot comfort. Shaw has the perfect floor you need for your home. Shop our great selection of Shaw flooring in store and check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's News Talk Sports, WJOL, Joliet.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. One suspect is dead, 3 others now in custody for a ramming attack outside a synagogue in northern England. Police say 2 people were killed, at least 3 others hurt in the attack that's now labeled as terrorism. This resident in Manchester, like others, are now on edge.
Everybody's concerned, everybody's worried, everybody's scared, and we shouldn't be scared to feel or believe in what we believe.
This happening on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year for the Jewish community. ABC's Lama Hassan has more from London.
Authorities stepping up security at Jewish institutions across the UK. And back in the US, the NYPD saying it's closely monitoring this deadly attack. Armed officers standing guard at synagogues. Authorities on high alert as this investigation ramps up.
On day 2 of the government shutdown, while Republicans are pushing for a clean funding bill, Democrats standing firm, demanding to be included in funding talks and insisting any solution address their demands on health care. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Leader Schumer and myself haven't gotten a single phone call as it relates to a follow-up conversation. We're ready to have that conversation, but we need credible partners on the other side of the aisle.
It remains to be seen ultimately where this kind of blame game lands, but right now, Democrats I talked to say they do believe they have the momentum, and certainly some acknowledge they are getting pressure from those in their base to demonstrate that they are putting up a fight even while they're in the minority, and they don't control the House, they don't control the Senate, and they've got Donald Trump in the White House.
ABC's Jay O'Brien. The Eiffel Tower was closed today as thousands of protesters took to the streets across France. The protest part of nationwide strikes over expected budget cuts. Union leaders are calling for increased spending on public services and higher taxes for the wealthy. You're listening to ABC News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220 or biglou.com.
Book bans in public schools have surged nationwide, says a leading First Amendment writers group, ABC's Chuck Sievertson.
The book bans are organized by groups promoting conservative viewpoints and mostly target books about race, LGBTQ people, and books for older readers with sexual references or sexual violence. The top banned book of the past school year was the classic A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess, followed by Breathless by Jennifer Niven, Sold by Patricia McCormick, and Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is speaking out about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In an interview with the New York Post, Lutnick alleges that Epstein's high-profile associates knew of his behavior, and even some took part.
The Justice Department and the FBI are both saying that there is no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals. But now, House Democrats, they are looking to speak with Lutnick. They want to know what he knows, where these theories are coming from. For example, Democratic Representative Robert Garcia, he said that if you're in the Trump administration and you're saying those comments so freely, you have to have more information.
ABC's Rena Roy. 6 construction workers have been taken to the hospital after an explosion at a Houston hotel. Firefighters say a boiler issue led to a natural gas line bursting, blowing out windows and sending debris crashing down to the street below. The hotel has been under construction and is not yet open to the public. Dave Packer, ABC News.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
This is State Farm Agent John Wright. The smell of football is in the air, and the countdown to lifting championship trophies has begun. My award-winning team and I know the championship feeling, having supported high school football and local community events for over 30 years. If you want to know what it's like to be insured by the right team that is second to none, call me, John Wright, at 815-725-5052. Like a good neighbor, the John Wright team will be there when you need us.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is hour number 2 of the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Rodagero, Evan Bredesen, spinning the dials and trying to shake out the ghost out of the phone lines. And, Joe, this edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by our tremendous State Farm agents, Drew Morrow in Lamont, and John Wright in Joliet. Like a good neighbor, Joe?
State Farm is there.
The broadcast schedule is as follows. Tomorrow evening, 6:05, Friday Night Lights with the best damn pregame show in the state. Evan Bredesen hosting. Then, Joe, 7 o'clock kickoff out at the reservation, Minooka, homecoming and also Hall of Fame induction celebration. Host Plainfield Central again. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff. And Joe, we're going to go out to the phone lines. Joining us is an old friend.
Yes.
Glad to have him back on the show, and he is obviously very involved in the Minooka Hall of Fame inductions. His name is Bert Coy. Hello, sir.
How you doing, Ed? Thanks again for having me. Joe, great to talk to you again.
Yes. We are thrilled to have you. We appreciate you calling in. Something that
we're trying something different.
We are not having a lot of phone luck the last couple of weeks. So we're keeping our fingers that we don't lose you.
Well, it was ironic. Again, last time you guys had phone problems, it was Matt Harding and Bert Coy that were on. We're starting to get a little complex here.
Look. I have no control over the phone lines here.
I do remember that now, Bert. Now you mentioned.
But I do have a scapegoat of someone I know that maybe you can go after regarding this. But we'll leave it at that.
Leave it go.
All right. So,
you sure it's not a TF North, TF South thing?
Absolutely. 100% guarantee that is not the case, sir. Thanks for bringing that up, though. I appreciate it. A tremendous class you are inducting this weekend into the Hall of Fame. Is this the second class? Bert?
Oh, no.
Bert? No. The timing's way too good for him to lose us. Way. That was like comedic timing.
That was almost perfect.
Wow. By the way, kickoff's at 7:30 tomorrow.
Oh, it is?
Just got told by Matt Harding. I think he'd know.
Yeah, he'll be there.
So I will let the powers that be know that. Again, we will try to get reconnected with Bert Coy. We apologize for that, but folks, sometimes it's out of your control.
That's right. I mean, what are you going to do?
But Joe, again, a tremendous class that Minooka is going to induct. I certainly remember the 2013 softball team. My daughter was in the program. She was, I think, might have been a freshman or a sophomore at that time. That was a team, Joe, that truly caught fire in the postseason
at the right time.
They were like 7-7 in conference, so they were. You know, you didn't expect them to make the run that they did, but they did. Bert, you with us?
I am. That's all I had to bring up was the TF North, TF South.
That's right.
We could not. The comedic timing couldn't have been better. So
the hook was out.
Absolutely. So I was talking about the 2013 softball team, and I obviously remember that team very, very well. And just an unbelievable postseason run. If I'm not mistaken, were they sent out west and south in the playoffs? Do you remember?
I don't actually remember. That's challenging.
No worries. I just remember them pummeling. I remember them traveling to towns and pummeling people and keep going forward. They had an amazing run in the postseason.
Yeah, and again, that state championship game, that 14-3 score in the final, that just was the cherry on the cake.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And they obviously very well deserving state champions, and again, just very memorable.
First girls team in MCH history to win an IHSA state title.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Tim Stevens.
Well, again, he's the old-time athlete. He was a three-sport athlete, a three-sport star. He had all-state honors in as a football player, as a basketball player, as a baseball player. He's a quarterback in football. Again, he's got a lot of pride. You remember that last game they beat Morris, I think, like 19-7 or something like that. In basketball, when he graduated, he had the most points in school history. And again, I think he's still got some records for assists and free throws and three-point shots and things like that. He's a pitcher in baseball, but also played the field. And again, I think he finished with like over 400 batting average, and I think he had over 10 wins as a pitcher. So again, we don't find too many of those these days. Just an outstanding three-sport athlete.
Dustin Williams, we were talking about earlier in the show. I definitely remember Dustin, know the family really well, and got to cover Dustin's recruiting a little bit. And you talk about a dude that looked like an SEC player in high school. That was Dustin Williams.
Yeah, all these guys I hear about and read about, find out about, those were all guys that were there before I was there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've heard nothing but outstanding things. He's an all-state linebacker. I think he had like over 300 tackles his senior year, which is just crazy.
Yeah, it is.
He was a defensive player in the conference that year. And again, as you know, went to University of Kentucky and did some nice things there,
Yeah, he did.
I think at one point he was leading the SEC in tackles.
Yeah, he did.
When you think about that.
Yep. Yeah, and again, just a guy, Joe, that looked the part. I mean, you saw him and you're like, oh man, this is one big dude. Manuka's had a few of those over the years. I mean, I remember like Scott Moss and there were other guys that were just absolutely.
Russ Weil, who we had last year.
Yep. So again, Dustin right there. Yep, Dustin definitely deserving. So very happy for him and the Williams family, no doubt. Nina Samotas, class of 2001, individual athlete for girls basketball. Again, most career points ever in Manuka with 1,522. She missed games her senior year because of injury, but again, able to put up those numbers, Coach. Absolutely amazing.
She went to Louisville also, too.
There you go.
Yeah. I think she scored over 300 points at the University of Louisville, yeah. And also, she's another dual sport athlete. She was on that volleyball team for 2 years that was also extremely successful. 1 year they finished in the Elite Eight as a state tournament team. So, again, another multi-sport athlete. But again, probably most known, as you guys talked about, for girls basketball.
Yes.
And then Ashley Jones, class of 2006, a swimmer that had no idea about her until I saw this press release. And wow, you talk about some accomplishments.
Absolutely. Now, she was there, and again, I was fortunate enough to actually be able to coach two of her brothers. Most decorated swimmer in Manuka history. She was a four-time All-State player. She was a state champ in that 200 individual medley. Now, again, that's the thing I think that Michael Phelps had so much success in the Olympics. You do all four strokes. Shoot, I don't even know how to do two of them. I'm lucky if I can do two of them. She did all four and won a state championship in that. I went to the University of Indiana. Was an All-American there, and actually, again, as you guys talked about, she qualified for the Olympic trials in 2004 and 2008.
Wow, amazing.
So, yeah.
Another name, obviously very familiar with Manuka athletics, Ray Livatore.
Great friend, great girls basketball coach, winningest girls basketball coach in the history of Manuka High School. Spent 24 years doing that, won 5 conference titles, 4 regional titles. And again, I was fortunate enough to coach alongside of him. He was on our football staff, probably one of the winningest sophomore football coaches. And then we said, that's enough of that. You got to come up with us and help us do the same. And he certainly did that. And then I think, again, at the end, came back and coached boys basketball. So just an outstanding man, outstanding teacher, outstanding molder of youth. And again, he got me into reading about, I think, coaching sports and again, one of those intellectual guys that approached our profession a little bit differently than most.
Look at you, TF South Guide reading. We're so proud of you.
It took me a while, but we caught on.
Was it a pop-up? No, it's okay. We won't go there.
Yeah.
And then finally, someone I've gotten to know very well over the years. I mean, going back to St. Paul's, where I believe he went back and he was doing some work after he retired from Minooka. But Bob Tyrell, absolutely deserving.
Yeah, absolutely. He again was part of our staff when I first came to Minooka High School, and was an outstanding, football coach, baseball coach. He was a head coach actually for a while at Minooka, and was a successful baseball coach right before Petro got there, or before Petro took over the reins. Again, as an athletic director, 23 IHSA state trophies, four state championship trophies. Like I said, coached baseball for a little bit, and then coached with us in football, and again, another outstanding gentleman that I think really turned athletics at Minooka High School around. I know that there was quite a bit of turnover before Bob took that job, and he just brought stability. Yeah, he was a quiet leader behind the scenes. He never was one of those guys that was looking for the accolades or looking for the attention. He just wanted to do everything he could for his coaches to give them an opportunity to win. And again, we were all very fortunate that he was there for us.
Yeah, great guy, great family man. Got to know. I know his kid. A lot of his kids rolled through Minooka as well, and you got to know him off the field and on the field. And again, just a terrific guy.
Yep.
As far as I know, that is the brick campaign still ongoing?
We are. We actually have them in the ground. In fact, there's a WJOL brick out there.
Well, I've got a picture of that. I've got a picture of that.
Now I heard Harding was out there trying to sandblast that. Is that true?
No.
My name.
Just Edgy's name.
And that's out there too. That's our Hall of Fame president, John Ryan. He talked about it taking so long for Minooka to get one of these things going.
Yep.
It probably still wouldn't be going if not for John Ryan. He's just like the bulldog. He gets a hold of something and he just keeps going. And again, I think that this thing is going because of him. And he had Mr. Guglielmucci or Mike Guglielmucci joined the team, and Laura Grozick and our historian, Coach Thomas. And again, it also doesn't happen if you don't have leadership within the school. And Coach Williams has been a breath of fresh air to that athletic department. And again, Minooka, again, is very fortunate to have him. And he has helped make this thing possible along with John Ryan and a lot of those other people that we mentioned,
What's the process with these people that get inducted? What's the whole process here?
So again, there's a nomination form online that we encourage people, if you feel that there's somebody out in your community or somebody that you know, and maybe it could be a brother or a sister. We've had a number of people that did that, nominated their brother or sister. So they fill out a nomination form, they submit it to us, and we'll keep those things until that person actually goes into the Hall of Fame. We're going to keep those nomination forms, so people don't have to continue to fill them out year after year. But so again, people in our community nominate individuals, and we have a committee, like I said, made up of John Ryan, Mike Guglielmucci, Tracy Quasi, Laura Grozick, Matt Thomas, Kevin Gummerson, some people that to know it's high school. Yep. And we sit down and go through those things and look at all of the possibilities. And there's a number that are still sitting there waiting to be recognized. But we encourage anybody that thinks that they have somebody that they know that should be in the Hall of Fame, fill out that application, fill out that nomination.
Pal, always good to get back in touch with you. And again, I know this will be successful. There is a banquet Saturday, correct? Are there tickets available?
Yes.
Is it closed? Or?
You know what? We ordered a few more tickets just because there'd be people like me that would wait to the last minute and say, hey, can I still get in, you know? So I think we'll still have some tickets available at the door. I don't want to, but so yeah, the social hour or the social half hour begins at 6 o'clock. Then we have welcome announcements and the opening at 6:30, dinner at 7, and then those presentations begin at 7:30.
Yep.
So yeah, if there's people still out there that want to attend, by all means, we'd love to have you, and it's going to be a night to remember. Last year's was amazing, and this year's I'm sure will be even better.
Yep, no doubt. You'll have a lot of success again. All right, my friend, great to talk to you. Wish you the best of luck
Thanks
this
again
weekend.
for having us. Missed you guys. Joe missed you, and Edgy, always good catching up with you.
You too.
Well, Bert, take a walk up to the booth tomorrow night. Say hey.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do.
All right, Bert. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right. Bert Coy joining us, and again, we appreciate it. And Joe, sounds like it's off and running and going great guns.
And as you mentioned, you know, schools, you just wonder how many. I know Providence has one now, and Joliet Catholics was just last week, and I mentioned Bob Stone getting inducted with the 90 team with a few Kai Freeman, who pitched for me, Joe Benson, and so on. So it's a tremendous thing for schools to have.
All right, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, fingers crossed, we'll have Robbie Carter from Plainfield Central. You are listening to Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. And just like your favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in Lamont and proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
Get everything you need for your next project at Menards. Elevate your home with new flooring from Shaw. Durable, waterproof vinyl plank offers high foot traffic performance. Warm and luxurious carpet offers soft underfoot comfort. Shaw has the perfect floor you need for your home. Shop our great selection of Shaw flooring in store and check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to go back where it all started. This Saturday night, the Joliet Area Historical Museum is celebrating the 45th anniversary of the original Blues Brothers movie by showing it in its entirety inside the old Joliet prison. Here's your chance to watch the movie where it began, from the old prison yard. In addition to the movie, guests can also explore the 16-acre campus of the old Joliet prison. There will be special merchandise for sale, food trucks, and beverages available to purchase as well. Tickets available now at jolietmuseum.org.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay, e-billing. See site for additional facts.
So you're getting some roof or exterior work done, and you've covered all your bases, right? Even checked out some online reviews. You think you've got everything covered? Well, think again. Not all roofing and siding companies are insured. That's why I can't say enough great things about R.E. Duchesne Construction. They're a licensed and fully bonded exterior contractor serving Will, Grundy, and Kendall counties for over 40 years. I trust them, and I've personally used them.
Hi, I'm Rita Duchesne Hughes. If you look at your home and don't like what you see, or what you have no longer protects your family and largest asset, call us at R.E. Duchesne Construction. R.E. Duchesne has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, so you can be confident you need only make one call. Looking to upgrade? R.E. Duchesne offers a full line of roof shingles, gutters, siding, soffit fascia, and windows. These add great value and beauty to your home. Call us at 815-722-2821 for all your home improvement needs. Financing is now available. Check us out on the web at reduchene.com.
And be sure to tell them Scott Slocum sent you.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen, and some strange ghost in the phone lines. Welcome, ghost. Glad to have you here. Go out to the phone lines. Joined by the head man in charge at Plainfield Central. His name is Robbie Carragher. And, Coach, appreciate you calling in and joining us. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope the phone lines don't drop.
Yes.
Boys, I appreciate you having me.
It's been one of those nights. You've had a few days like that from time to time, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm right in the same boat with you guys. I know how it goes. So I'm along for the ride. I'm rooting for the best.
Appreciate having you on board, and again, going out to Minooka tomorrow night. Obviously, you heard our previous guests. They've got some big plans tomorrow night, and well, you're going to come in and ruin it on them. So awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we find ourselves being a homecoming game or two here and there. So nothing new for us, but we were able to ruin one last week. So nothing better than doing it twice. So hopefully we can go out there and give those guys a good run and make it a fun evening.
Robbie, when we talked to you before, you talked about the youth of some of your players on the varsity team. Talk about the progression of Tom Morissette, your sophomore quarterback.
Most of the time I just have to remind myself he's a sophomore and calm myself down. And he's a young one at that. He just turned 15 recently, so we got a lot of growing up to do, but he's done a great job. We got a zillion things we want to fix, and I have to slow myself down and go focus on the positives because he really has done a great job growing up. He knows our offense inside and out, leads the guys. He's despite just being a sophomore, he's a team leader, and the guys have full confidence in him. And so the ship is running well with those guys with Tommy at the helm, and he wants more and more each week, and we trust him with more and more each week. So it's been a lot of fun watching him grow, and only expected to get better.
Robbie, we hear key phrases thrown around all the time, like culture and environment. How has that changed, or has that changed compared to this time last year? How's it different this year?
I think the biggest difference is we don't have to do as much. A year and a half into the culture, and the kids, they're steering it, and we're just kind of along for the ride and enjoying it. We have great captains. Actually, that was a conversation tonight at our team meeting before team dinner. Of how good a job they do. Leadership's tough, especially when it's a lonely thing to do. It's hard to look, the kids you grew up with and your best friends in the face and tell them they're doing wrong. But we got 4 guys who will do that, and they do it with love and they do it with compassion, but they do it the way we need it done, and everyone feeds off of them. And so the players have set the standard, the players have set the culture, and it's a massive shift from where we were this time last year. We had some great guys last year, but you can just see the growth and development and ownership that our guys have taken. And it's just fun to watch. And so we just kind of get to relish in watching them do their thing. And it's created just a huge difference in what we saw a year ago.
Robbie, thank you again for sending me the things that I asked you for. Edge got it Monday. I mean, I
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I really do appreciate it. Looking that stuff over there, it looks like there's 2 guys that kind of stand out to me with the stuff that you sent in. Your running back, Torrance Freeman, and a receiver, Kenyon Molson, is it? Mollison?
Yeah, Kenyon's actually a running back as well. But he's kind of that, we put him in the slot, we run him out of the backfield, so he gets to do a little bit of everything. And so he's leading the team in receiving, even though he's, our 2 or 3 running back, depending on the day. Kenyon's was a basketball guy. Most of his life came to us. It has just really developed and taken off. It's been fun to watch. He's the quietest kid on the team, just goes about his business. He's not a big guy, but he plays his rear end off. And he's just a good athlete and a ball player. And it's been a blast to watch him. Torrance is, and I've told you guys this when we talked back in August, Torrance is a kid every program needs. He's the heartbeat of this team, and we go as Torrance goes. Unfortunately, Torrance got rolled up first half week 3 against Romeoville after he had a couple good carries, and hasn't played since. He ran for 100 and something and 2 scores week 1. Was on our way to a good game against Romeoville and has been out since, but looked good in practice this week. So we think he's going to be able to try to give it a go, and he just adds a whole dynamic to us. We've had some great work from Kenyon and John Azil and Donnie Major out of the backfield in Torrance's absence, but Torrance adds a new dynamic. Torrance is a game breaker. He's got that breakaway speed. He's the big play guy, and also, and I don't say this lightly, maybe the best pass blocking running back you'll see. I mean, he meets you at the line of scrimmage and you see head snap back, and it's a lot of fun. It's teach tape type stuff and a blast to watch. So getting Torrance back this week, hopefully, and you'll see a very, very tangible difference in our offense with Torrance back there.
Yeah, in this day and age, a running back that does that is called a blessing.
Yeah, that's right.
That's called right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is no doubt. Robbie, talk about, you mentioned team meals, and Joe, this is something that I think we're going to dive into a little bit more because every school kind of does it differently, and a lot of times you get community involved, and parents are obviously involved, and putting all that together. Robbie, fill us in on how you guys do it during the week. Is it different restaurants? Is it your parents? I mean, how does this get put together?
Well, we'll start with tonight because I did come in with one main goal, and WJOL will kill me for dropping free advertising, but
it's okay.
So Aurelio's the Plainfield donated our entire dinner tonight,
awesome.
And was very happy to do it. It was very complimentary about what they've seen this year, and so I wanted to give them a big shout out. I grew up loving Aurelio's anyways, and so if they're going to throw free food our way and take care of our boys, we want to take good care of them for taking care of us. But we're very, very blessed. We have a small core of parents who go above and beyond, and I'm blessed in the fact that they take it completely off my plate, and they organize getting donations, getting restaurants to maybe cater and donate in exchange for some advertising or whatnot. And if we need something, they just cook it. And they set it up, they run it, they just ask me when and where. And it's not even a thought in my brain. We just walk into the cafeteria at 6 o'clock on Thursday night, and there's one heck of a spread, and there's enough for seconds for everybody. And the sophomores have to go last, so they get all antsy waiting, watching everybody else eat. It's a good thing going. It's one of those things. It's tough financially, but when you get that sort of help, we're able to feed kids Thursday night. We're able to feed kids Fridays before ball games, and on road games, long trips, we're able to feed them after games as well. And those are little things that help the program out. We got a lot of kids who that's maybe the best meal they eat during the week. And so we're very happy to do it and blessed to have people who help it go. And, it's one of the foundations of our program. Those team dinners are special for us, and we don't let the kids bring the phones. It's a time of fellowship. It's time to be together, and it's time to start getting your mind in the place it needs to be. And we're very, very lucky to get it.
It is. What you mentioned about some of these kids, it might be the best meal they have all week. And Joe, that is so important. I think we just lost Coach. Coach, you there?
I'm still here, guys.
All right. He's there, Evan. We're okay. My board op is like gonna explode pretty soon.
He's been sprinting back and forth.
But you mentioned,
there,
you mentioned some of your kids, it might be the best meal they have that week, and man, that is so important.
Unfortunately, that's true.
And it doesn't. I don't care what district you're in, Robbie. I don't care what area in the state. It goes on everywhere, and that is so important.
I mean, we're in a kid business, right? We want to win football games. We want to do this. We want to do that. But as teachers and coaches, that's why we're here, right? And so the ability to get to do that for those guys, you get to do it for all of them, but to give, some guys who really, really could use that, a good meal or two a week, that's the cherry on top, and we're thrilled to be able to do that, and we'd love to do more.
Have you gotten to the point, do you have a speaker come in every once in a while, or have you not progressed to that point yet?
We haven't had any speakers. We try to, most of our speaking on game nights will be our captains. Okay. I turn it over to the captains every Thursday night. They get about 20 minutes, and they just get to go. And they do a heck of a job. And then myself or another coach will usually clean it up. And so trying to get some of our alumni, especially those guys who have played or are currently playing in college, to try to find ways to get that stuff done. But we keep it pretty tight and in a pretty short window, so we don't bring a lot of guests in. That's stuff we usually do kind of in the off season, and get some new faces in there and get the kids meeting people. And we are always happy to bring guys in who can shed some light, some new perspective, and kind of let the kids know that, hey, your coaches aren't, completely wrong about everything. Every now and then they can get something right, but you guys can do this just like we did it, and all you got to do is keep working. And so the messages come from a zillion different places, but they're always usually well received, and we got a great group of kids to take them to heart and try to put them into practice.
Tomorrow night, Manuka, you're heading out there. I know obviously they've had some issues. Obviously the quarterback got injured out for the year. They've been having to adjust some stuff. What are a couple of bullet points you're going to go over with your kids before you take the field tomorrow night?
The first thing, and it's the same thing I told the paper last week, is our focal point every week isn't about who we're playing. It's about us and being the best us that we can possibly be. And we still haven't even come close to putting that on the field. We were a lot closer last week than we have been all season, but there's a lot of good waiting to come out if we could just get out of our own way. So we always focus on us first. When it comes to those guys, I grew up playing here before I moved away, and my last football game was on the field we're headed to tomorrow night. It looks a lot different.
Yeah.
But it's in the same spot, and so we're going to head out there, and it's going to be a little nostalgia for me. But we just ask our guys to go compete. Their best is good enough for us to win ball games, and we emphasize that. And so Manuka's very talented. They got good size, good speed. They got great depth and numbers. There's a lot of boxes that you can check on their side, and we're happy to do that. But at the end of the day, we're just going to go, face first into it and see how it comes out. And if they're better than us, they're better than us. But we're going to give it our best shot. And I think, a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised what it looks like if we can put our best foot forward for quarters.
Robbie, again, appreciate it. Wish you the best. Yes. And, again, good luck tomorrow night and go get them, okay?
Yeah, good luck, Robbie.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate you guys. Go Cats.
Anytime. All right.
Thank
appreciate it. Got the PJ Fleck yell right into there. Go Cats. Go Cats. Go Cats. It's awesome. So, again, Joe, there is a young, highly energetic coach that I think has got things going in the right way over at Central.
I definitely think so. Just when we met him at the coaches show, and as you said, very enthusiastic.
Fired up.
Good guy. Yeah. I mean, and again, the seasons they had previously, you need somebody like that to try to instill some good stuff, and he is.
Evan?
Well, I was just going to say that I didn't know what I was going to open my show with, but I think I know what I'm going to open my show with tomorrow, and it's something that he talked about. When we talk about high school sports, we talk about on the field, we talk about scholarships, we talk about wins, we talk about losses. We don't talk about the role high school sports play in general and just helping the average athlete get on the right track, stay on the right track, find the right course, get out of trouble, find a way out. A lot of times we talk about high school sports, the detractors of high school sports. I'd like them to look at that side of things.
Yeah. Well,
because that, to me, what Coach was talking about is, it's A, so important. Yep. It's B, why is it only once a week? Why can it only be once a week? Yeah. That meal is provided to students. High school sports does more than just provides win and losses and entertainments on the weekend. And I think that was a perfect example of what it can do to just help someone. I mean, we've talked with Troy McAllister before and what he did when he was at Phillips, and Daryl Sunkett has been on. He's talked about on this show in detail about what he's done down at East St. Louis. It's just high school sports does more than just provides wins and losses.
No question. Joe, you know that as well as anyone. A lot of life lessons, and you've got a whole book and then some inside of you with some of those stories.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of success, even with the players that might be a second stringer or just a player that just wants to come out to be part of something, which to me, a lot of kids don't want to do that anymore today.
Yeah.
But it seems like with football, a lot more kids are doing that. But even, the two sports, baseball and football that I coached, there's a lot of kids that weren't the stars on the team, but came out every day for practice, worked hard to try to make themselves better. And it's just, it's all a life lesson that everything that you everything is not going to go your way in life. We all know that. Yep. And you got to be able to fight your way through it to do the best you can at what you have.
Well, like, Coach, from your 90 state championship baseball team, how many of the quote-unquote second stringers can you think of who made a contribution during the season where you go, that helped us win state?
Oh, they all did.
That helped us win state. Yeah, every single position matters. Sure. Every single guy on the roster matters.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the semifinal game against the number one team, Thornwood, that we beat, I must have used 14 players in that game. And so 14 out of 21, 22 guys, and everybody contributed one way or another, even during the course of the whole season. I was fortunate. Again, we won 28 out of our last 29 games. In order to do that, you need everybody at some time to produce. And I can give you games against Mount Carmel where a 6th or 7th pitcher had to go out there and threw 5 no-hit innings. I mean, and it just happens that way. But winning does help. It's when the kids get down with losing that's when the tough tests happen, where that'll lead you into life where when things are not going well for you, that you can go back and say, well, you know what, I remember this. We weren't doing well in football when I was a junior, but this is the way we got out of it. And it's all life's lessons. And I wish common everyday people who never played a sport don't understand. No. They just don't.
No. All right, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, open phones. Yes, if they're working. We would love to have your phone call.
If they're working.
This is the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. We might even talk Cubs playoff baseball when we come back.
What?
So you're getting some roof or exterior work done, and you've covered all your bases, right? Even checked out some online reviews. You think you've got everything covered? Well, think again. Not all roofing and siding companies are insured. That's why I can't say enough great things about R.E. Duchesne Construction. They are a licensed and fully bonded exterior contractor serving Will, Grundy, and Kendall counties for over 40 years. I trust them, and I've personally used them.
Hi, I'm Rita Duchesne Hughes. If you look at your home and don't like what you see, or what you have no longer protects your family and largest asset, call us at R.E. Duchesne Construction. R.E. Duchesne has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, so you can be confident you need only make one call. Looking to upgrade? R.E. Duchesne offers a full line of roof shingles, gutters, siding, soffit fascia, and windows. These add great value and beauty to your home. Call us at 815-722-2821 for all your home improvement needs. Financing is now available. Check us out on the web at reduchene.com.
And be sure to tell them Scott Slocum sent you.
That's the sound of the bone-chilling attraction, the Curse of the Bayou, in conjunction with the hair-raising hayride of horror. These dual haunted attractions hosted by the Lockport Township Park District are unfolding every Friday and Saturday in October from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and the last 2 Sundays in October from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Delwood Park, 199 Eastwood Drive in Lockport. Come for the hayride of horror with the all-new frightening sights and sounds that will surely keep your eyes peeled for what's next to come in the woods. Then we dare you to attempt the Curse of the Bayou, where a voodoo priestess has been summoned from the swamps with a legion of menacing monsters looking for a fresh beating heart. Can you escape the maze unscathed? Eerie movies, bonfires, and live entertainment will also engross you. Group discounts and multiple ticket options starting as low as $20 per person are available at lockportpark.org. This event is sponsored by Citgo. For younger kids, look for our not-so-scary hayride on October 12th and 13th. Tickets and info available at lockportpark.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-497-0593. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-497-0593. That's 800-497-0593. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
football season's underway.
Oh, boy. You know, I wish I could quote one of my favorite movies of all time, a line in that movie to describe that song. But I can't. But if you know the movie Major League and the lady owner, she says a specific thing about a song, and that's exactly how I feel. Welcome back. It is week 6 of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL.
And my mom grew up on the south side.
Will County News Talk Sports. God, why are you even here?
Yeah.
How do we even allow you to work with us? I don't get it.
How would I get everyone back on the phone after they drop off?
That's true. True. We'd be here in the morning when they come in for the Slocum in the morning. So.
Hour 8 of Pigskin Preview, powering through here. We're back.
Joe, let's talk about Geneseo.
Geneseo.
That's funny because Joe and I were actually talking about
were talking
Geneseo
about Geneseo.
before you came in.
Yep.
We were talking about one of his old state title games, and he was telling me about
You know what's really cute? One of our staff members sent me a DM on YouTube, and you know what the best part about getting DMs on YouTube? I don't have to put them over on the air. No one will even know it's there. And we're just going to leave it at that. 815-254-7300. Gentlemen, I have a very important question for both of you.
You're going to learn when you're the intern. You get shoved in the locker for that stuff.
No question. That'll happen very
As
shortly.
someone who's been in the locker a few times.
That'll happen Thursday night of week 9 at Lincoln Way East. I guarantee you. There will be payback. Very important question for both of you. You ready?
Yes.
Is there anything better than naps?
No. Not for me.
815-254-7300. Remember, this is a kind of family show.
Yes. Oh,
Joe?
yes, sir. Every day.
Your wife's baking or naps?
Oh, my wife's baking.
So there are things better
My
than
wife's
naps.
cooking in general.
Okay.
But see, you usually end up taking a nap after
Evan?
This is true.
Evan? Disney or naps?
I got to go Disney. There's no napping in Disney. That's sun up to sundown. You have no trouble sleeping
You're
at the end of the day, though.
You're nuts.
We don't do that as much anymore.
My wife. That's my wife's vacation. It's my nightmare. Her dream vacation is my nightmare.
Oh, being on the go? Yeah.
Being at Disney on
the go, yeah.
for 17 hours.
Yeah, we
and
don't
then you got to get up 5 hours later and back at it.
Yeah, we don't do that as much anymore.
815-254-7300. Phone lines are open. We don't know if they'll work, but they're open.
Let me ask you a question, Edge.
Fire away.
We're about halfway through the season so far. What's the storyline of the year of high school football?
A couple of
in
good
general?
teams than everyone else.
It kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Doesn't it kind of feel like already the cream has risen to the top?
I think I'm going to see a tremendous game tomorrow night at Mount Carmel. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think it's going to be two very high-level teams with a lot of top recruits.
There's going to be a lot of hitting. There's going to be a lot of athletes running around, and then there's even going to be a football game that takes place.
Yeah, right. Oh, I know. I know. It is a battle of Chicago Fire and PD.
The policeman will be on one side. The fireman will be on the other. Hopefully no one needs emergency services.
Knock on whatever this is. Might be one of the safest places to be in the city tomorrow night.
Oh,
you have a cop.
without
You'll have a
a doubt.
cop for every person there that's not a cop. So that should be a great game, though. Yeah, Evan, that's going to be. It's funny because we just started talking about storylines now for pairings night, and it's going to be a carry-away story for sure. Is that how good is it really? So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling it could be one of those years, and it's happened before, where I mean, you know this, Joe, where we get to like even the quarterfinal round, and we're seeing games
It's all blown up.
that aren't even particularly close, and the brackets have been annihilated.
Yep.
And we get to the state title games, and it's like, yep, these are the kind of the, not necessarily the 8, because but in our area we look, 3A through 7A, 8A, and we usually go, yeah, those are the teams we thought were going to kind of be in the final 4 mix here at the end. Chalk does happen from time to time, and this season does kind of feel like a chalk year.
Very much so. It could have some wild classes though. I think 7A is going to be better than people are giving it credit. I think people are kind of down looking 7A a little bit. I think if Downers North can get their quarterback back healthy and operating, from what I hear, he's still going to come back and play.
He's still going to try to play?
Yeah.
Wow.
Non-throwing. So If he comes back and play, we talked about Brother Rice, obviously, in 7A. They're going to be a prohibitive favorite the way things are going.
With that pass rush.
But I like Batavia. I like St. Charles North. Both do some good things. We talked about the Lincoln ways. Again, Joe, I'm sticking with West. I think West has got that combination this year. If they knock on wood or whatever this is, they can stay healthy. I think that's a big plus on their side. So there's going to be some good teams in 7A.
The one thing I will say about Lincoln Way West is their offense is built for November weather.
Yeah.
And in terms of run the football, work play action, take a shot here or there, it's because you can say whatever you want about the offenses and in this area. Everyone knows at a certain point there's going to be a day where it's 20 degrees with 30-mile-an-hour winds, and you got to be able to run the football.
And this goes for Central as well as West. I love the staffs of both these teams. And West staff in particular, you got that crazy guy calling offense, Dave Ernst. You've got the Locank connection. You've got the dad, the son, the brother. I'm telling you, that is a really, really good coaching staff, Joe, and that makes a difference.
Yeah, and they've known each other a long time. Right. And that's another key, too.
And same with Dave Woodburn in Central and what they've done in a very short amount of time.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, you've covered the sport for a while. Joe, you've coached there. How important is that on a staff when you're dealing with, someone like a Dave Ernst who's been there and coached in how many playoff games to give that experience? How important is that, not just for the players, we know how important that is, but for the younger coaches who are starting off, who might be on varsity on the beginnings of, a great career? How important is having that veteran on the staff for the younger coaches as much as it is for the players?
He's a role model. I mean, he definitely is. I mean, and the one thing, too, is
he's a hell of a cook.
Yes. Yeah.
I got Joe.
No. I was going to comment on some other things, but I'm not.
No.
But that he's really good at too. But having a coaching staff that likes each other,
makes a difference.
That's a huge difference. Because when you got guys kind of maybe going back and forth with each other and
or someone who maybe wants someone's job or responsibility.
But you can't see that too.
It's a good mix, young and old.
Yes.
There's some younger guys on the staff that are really good coaches.
I mean, who wouldn't want Larry Locank on your staff? I mean, it's I've known Larry a long time, or even after Seth retired, Seth would go out and help Cogs or help Tom with the offensive line.
Is East finally going to get it done this year? I think they are. I really do. I think it's be them and Mount Carmel.
Yes.
No, you don't see it, huh? Okay.
Until I see otherwise, that big brown machine from Chicago is.
I'm looking forward to that Week 9 game against Sam.
I am too. That's turning out to be kind of like a game of the year type if they go undefeated. Sam
right, and then I'll have my take on. I want to see them play.
Fair, I'll go the same. I have not seen them live yet. Honestly, the schedule really hasn't given me a chance to go see them.
No,
that's not their fault, but that's how it is.
We got to go out there on a Tuesday sometime.
I know. I think we'll be there Thursday night before we get there by a Tuesday. We can get going.
Yeah.
Sleeper team. We got from the area.
My sleeper are the Porters. I think Lockport can run the table. Naperville, Central, Sandburg. I mean, maybe not Sandburg, but I mean, who knows? I mean, you're looking at they could end. They're 2-3 right now. They could end 5-4, 6-3. I really think they could. I think they could go 3-1, 4-0 to close out, and that would be a heck of a run to go into the playoffs.
I think Coal City can make a real.
I was just going to say Coal City.
I really do.
They made it to the semis last year, correct? Got beat by the state champs by
21-14.
Yep.
So
and they had
the only close game they had the whole year.
Yes.
That last game of the year is going to be pretty important.
Yes.
Fellas, we got a team out there that really has been struggling the last couple of years. Bolingbrook is a team that's come on now.
Yep.
I don't know how far they're going to get or whatever, but they're going to be in 8A, of course. But again, I think Coach Pettigrew has done a good job with those guys, and they've won a few big games. And
Got a good running back in TJ
In a
Lewis.
couple weeks, Manuka.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is I've heard kind of the running game has been the thing for Bolingbrook this year. If they can run in the games where they've been able to establish the run early, they've had success. When they've struggled as a team and when they've lost, it's been the inability to do anything. Teams have put 8-9 guys in that box and said, put it over us, and they haven't been able to do
I
it.
believe it's Darion Prescott, the DN. He's I believe a sophomore DN. He's like a 4 or 5-star level kid. So he's got some players.
And their quarterback Tyson
that name
Ward
up
and,
and you know.
and Lewis, I believe
TJ's a running back.
TJ running back, yeah. So
Very good.
They've got some good athletes.
Yeah, it's like tackling a minivan.
Yeah, it's like he reminded me. He's got kind of like a Jerome Bettis style build, where he's like little, stocky,
big, strong dude.
I saw some highlights. Guys just bouncing off.
That's who the running back of the Thunder running back for Joliet West reminds me of. A
big kid.
Oh man,
cool.
He's a load. Yep.
Do we even mention Player of the Year?
No.
Jonas.
Got to be Jonas.
It's got to be. You rewrite the state passing records. You're the Player of the Year.
Especially if they do anything at all in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it. Coach of the Year candidates. I mean, look, Z's a candidate every year.
Yeah.
Yes.
No question. Alan Thorson again, another name. You know, you look at the top teams. You know, Luke Lokang.
To me, yeah.
Dave Woodburn. Yep.
Those are two at the top of the list right now.
Jeff Reins, put him in the category with Z every year.
Yeah.
You can name
exactly.
them.
Exactly.
We're very lucky in this area.
I mean, Francis Lager in Coal City. I mean, that's another great. I mean, they're all good coaches.
Hey, Jake Jaworski gets in the playoffs. See who Seuss has him projected for in the first round?
9-0 Chicago good out of the Chicago Public League.
Not so good for good.
That's going to be a runner before halftime.
And guess what? Odds are you're going to get a home game in round 2 if you're Joliet Catholic. I wouldn't count Joliet Catholic out of anything right now, honestly. I'm not.
Oh, either am I. But that would be, as you mentioned to me several times, it'd be a great. The coaching staff we mentioned at Jaws last week.
Working.
They're working their butts off.
I mean, to me,
how big
from week 1 to where they are now, there is a marked improvement in the offense.
How big is Providence Marist tomorrow night?
Huge. That's a huge game.
What's going on with Marist?
I think they're just young. I think it's just talent. Hey, Rita's out.
Hey, Rita. Good to hear from you.
Because I saw Marist's record, and it kind of took me back for a second.
I got to answer Rita's question.
Please, go ahead.
Rita, Thornton and Wilmington is not an interesting game tomorrow night, unless you want to see a really high point total on one side and not so much on the other. Other than that, Rita, it's going to be a slaughter by Wilmington.
Rita, Thornton has not seen an offense like that ever.
Well, they have way back in the day, but Rita, Thornton is not the Thornton we've all got to know over the years.
That's like Sherman marching through Georgia.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
It's going to be ugly really fast.
The pregame is really cool at Wilmington if you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
No question.
Pregame might be longer than the actual game.
One of the best. Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, our schedule is as follows. 6:05 Friday Night Lights. Anything special or just your usual charming self?
Usual charming self. We'll be talking with you. We'll replay some of the clips from some of our coaches
I was
here tonight.
forgotten. I got hooked up with another station last Friday.
That's fine. You lost them. Joe, we'll be doing an hour pregame.
Oh, boy.
Oh, don't tell Dewey that. Oh, boy, you're in trouble.
He won't even hesitate. He'll take it.
Anytime I can make Evan laugh like that, I feel like I can accomplish something on the air. All right, everybody. So 6:05 Friday Night Lights, the best damn pregame show in the state, whether I'm on it or not. 7:30 kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Not 7, 7:30. Plainfield Central at Manuka, homecoming, Hall of Fame induction. This has been the Week 6 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Evan. Thanks, Joe. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's News Talk Sports. WJOL, Joliet.
Protect your boats and recreational vehicles with FBP RV and Marine Antifreeze. It has burst proof.